Welcome back to Sunday OJ episode episode unknown.
Seven,
but
seven, I
I,
think
I
seven. I think it's
but
a
I,
seven,
but
Episode
man.
but
unknown.
but I do know that we in a new season. We sent the draft and we was blessed to get to week 1. We had a
Um,
little we had little setbacks, you know what I'm saying, but thank God we in
I
week
would
1.
no, I would say shout out to the Super Bowl winner, but he left, so I don't know what to
Hey,
say about
hey,
that.
speaking of that real fast, right? Um That's the exact reason why we have 3 trades. No knock on him. He won a Super Bowl. He left because unfortunate situation. But that's the exact imagine had we let him, even though he won the Super Bowl. Imagine if we had let him destroy his team and he leaves year 1 as a new user. That would have been crazy.
Now, I mean, you say destroy, so I get what you're saying, but in his head, what if he traded how he like?
But yeah, you could trade how you like. But imagine I okay, maybe destroy was a harsh word, but I'm saying, like, let's say you trade to a team to your liking, right? Let's say you trade Russell Wilson. Let's say you
Mhm.
trade everybody good for people that you like personally. And you end up winning. But then let's say we're trying to get a user and that user doesn't like those kind of pieces. That's not to his liking. With 3 trades you get to kind of limit that, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's perfect. It's a perfect example of why we have that rule in place and things to that nature.
I mean, I'm for the rule. I just because like sometimes I wish we can just if we have enough wager points to get us to 4 because
That's
3. Let me
my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I was just gonna say that's for you. You can because you the
what
wager master. You can actually imply that into your wager. Like, hey, you
we
get all
we
these
we
right.
said that multiple times. Y'all ignored that in the rule suggestions. We already said that. So now I guess
No,
today you
I
just
said what are you talking about? Rule suggestions, brother. We talk about wager points. It's totally
no.
different.
We said can you have enough wager points to make it 4, and y'all was like no.
No, I'm not talking about to
Yes.
pay for a trade. I'm talking about you just gonna have somebody win a wager and one lucky winner or 2 lucky winners could get an
Oh,
extra
you
trade.
you mean that? Oh no. You talking about like if y'all win like a Super Bowl like
Yeah, exactly,
free trade for the season?
exactly, exactly.
Mm.
But that's
So
something
hear
you will
me
have to
out.
do before week 8.
So hear me out. So I get that. So what about the users who don't have 3? I mean, what about the users who don't even use them all? So like, what about for them?
Uh you can do like a slash and slash. Like if a user who wasted his trade, he can either choose from extra trade or he can choose from 5 wager points. Like something like that.
I'm trying to think of something. Like that. That's a good way to put it.
You get what I'm saying? Like
It's always a gray area. You know that. Right? Probably like,
what
well,
happened?
it's always a gray area.
We see that's the thing that get me mad. Users make it a gray area.
Yeah, because it's never enough. Like it's never.
Oh yeah,
You can do
I love
everything.
you for that. I love
Yeah.
you for that statement to say it's never enough because it literally is never enough. We give out superstars and people were still like, damn, it should have been yada yada. It's like these people are so spoiled. And I said this
But
last
I
podcast.
kind of get what they saying when they say that. Though. I get what they not even saying Javelle, but most like I get when a lot of people saying if we do it at 75, even though it's a ability superstar, but it's like we can't really re-roll because you only can get what is it? What's the two you can get, Keith? What's the only two you can get?
Right now, recuperation, energizer, and then for like receivers, halfbacks, and corners, return man. So with the
So we
abilities,
think.
something
Go ahead,
people
Keith.
don't
Go ahead.
know. Uh,
Go ahead.
and I was gonna say it in chat. I know my thing now is I ain't helping nobody no more. I'm a Grinch like OG with telling people
Mm-hmm.
what about this game. Uh, so in franchise, and I suggest if you play franchise, I don't care if you would load up and play guy or a dedicated CFM guy. Just load up an offline or online franchise of your own. Edit through the game, edit through your players, and see how you unlock what abilities. Because even with me, right? Uh, I think Matt Judon is like an 80 overall, like a 78 overall pass coverage and left outside linebacker. But I still got Zone Hawk as my X factor, which is trash, but there's nothing I can do about it because he met the threshold to get the that X factor. So he's a 77 pass coverage linebacker, a 81 run stopper, a 82 speed rusher, and an 87 power rusher. And when you go look at his X factors and abilities that are unlocked at those rates, so Fearmonger and all those, like they unlock at like 75 overall for different archetypes. So that's why it's kind of hard to deal with that. And it's the same for superstar abilities. Like certain ones unlock at certain overalls. Like for example, for a linebacker to get outmatched, you got to be an 80 overall pass coverage linebacker, a short route KO. To get lumberjack, you got to be an 85 overall run stopper. So people don't know that you have to be a certain overall in an archetype to even unlock half of these abilities that you want. So if you're not at that 80 or 85 threshold for some of these things, and 90 for even bigger deals like lurker, El Toro, pass committed, and pick artist is 85 overall. So these abilities are not unlocked until like every 5 past 80. So 80, 85, 90 are when the unlocks come. For quarterbacks, 95 is when you get your 5th ability slot. So people just don't know that the archetypes matter that much. So pour into the pot you want to get the abilities for.
So
That's tough that you say that. I
commit
like that
side,
you say
I
that.
get the commit side, but for the user saying it's not really a reroll if you want to do it at 75 overall. You can pick between two. So I get.
But basic,
Go ahead.
my bad, but basically what Keith is saying is if you're a dumb user and you're trying to get one thing but you're building up something else and you're complaining about one thing because you didn't get it because you
Mm-hmm.
didn't build that one thing up or that archetype, that's your fault. So how as a commish
Correct.
we're getting, I don't want to say attacked, but why are we getting pressured to do something about something when you as a user, that's a user error for not understanding that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean the recuperation thing that I'm saying, I just think
Oh,
that
not
once
not
we,
that. I'm not talking about
I
that
know
stuff.
I'm just speaking on it because people have been complaining about that too. It is a pointless ability, I won't lie. But once again, like we said, and Jevelle even said it in the rule suggestions. 75 overall is like the minimum for certain archetypes. So for example, like again, return man, recuperation, those are playmaker abilities. You're gonna get those at 75 overall playmaker. Matchup nightmare, second wind, you get at 75 overall for physical. Deep in elite, short in elite, you get those at 80 overall for different archetypes. So again, that the thresholds are still there, like they've always been in Madden. So once you meet the threshold with your player, save your wager points, and then let me get a reroll. But understand, it's still a random chance you're gonna get one of those other ones that you unlock because as you progress in one area, the other areas do tend to get affected. And I give y'all a perfect example, and I'll show his player card on screen right here and everything. Sky Moore is a 77 overall playmaker, deep threat, and slot. So if I put up deep threat, slot might go up to 78 when deep threat go to 78. And when he hit 80 in one, he might hit 80 in another one and just open this can of worms with abilities. So it's not really much you can do. It's just what happens with the game. And that's how the buckets of the archetypes work. Unfortunately, it sucks. But what can we do?
And go ahead, Weezy. I know we kept cutting you off, so I apologize for that. I'll let you speak your piece.
So I forgot now. So go ahead. I'll think about it in a second. I forgot what I had to say. So go ahead.
My apologies for that. But so basically, I like that you brought that up. Seriously, I really like that you brought that up. Even though and this is me honestly speaking, no political answer now. Things are being talked about right now about how to actually make it better for users, but also because this game you really have to pay attention. So, y'all know me. I don't like to give out free shit. Like I hate it. I like people to earn what's earn, not given, because put that. Hold on.
Motherfucker talking to a slang. But why he put us on pause? Um, let's talk about the game you just had, Keith. Let's talk about that. You just played against Jevelle. What happened?
I mean, really, just not smart offense by me. But
I'm happy
he
you
put a
said
lot
that. I want to
of.
see if you're gonna lie. I'm happy you said that. So go ahead.
Nah,
I'm happy you said
I don't sugarcoat none of that stuff, man. He just had a great scheme to stop everything I was doing. A lot of bumping the wide receivers because we all know pass interference doesn't exist right now. So like on the pick
that.
six I threw, right? Like Odell got bumped right as I threw the ball, and it allowed Ambry Thomas to catch up and get the pick. But it's also because Matt can't throw the ball as fast and get it out, so dudes can always undercut stuff. Like I had Odell open deep later in the game too, and once again he got undercut and the ball got swatted. So it's both, the trials and tribulations of a weaker arm quarterback, plus feeling pressured by my right tackle not blocking everybody. So that's all it was. I mean,
And
you
then I
figure your
also
holes
saw the
out.
game. I can't say that you did force some passes to the new wide receiver you picked up. I saw you throw 2 interceptions off a forced pass. You wouldn't have did that last year, but this
No,
game
I
I
would
just
have.
saw, I
I
saw
did do it
you
with
force. I
Taquan.
saw you like that wasn't a good pass. Like you just threw it up the hill wide, see who's gonna catch it. Which everybody do that, but I'm just saying, I
Well, I
legit
mean,
saw
he
you.
was 1-on-1 with a safety, so I mean, you damn right I took the chance. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was 1-on-1 with a safety. So you take the chance. A guy 6'4", 6'5", you just take the chance. But like I said before on earlier episodes, man, like big receivers are it, and Watson is 6'4", so you just take the chance and you deal with what come with it. Justin Reed is 6'1", Jalen Watson 6'2", so they all tall. Jalen Watson got a pick on him one time. Me and Trent McDuffie got a pick, corner 5'11". Ambry got the pick 6. Isaiah Johnson 6'2" got one. It happens. It's nothing you can really do about it. His rookie got a
Yeah,
pick 2. That was deep. It
well,
just
yeah,
happens. At the end of the day, like some of my passes, me and Jevelle even said it, like, and we'll talk about it again later. Like the game after the update that's the biggest thing I want to talk about today. Like the update, right now, I'm not rocking with it. It's kind of clunky, and like the movement of the players feels very clunky. Like you saw, I had that when I was on the comeback when it turned 31-24, and I just scored. I had a pick over the middle with Kyle Duggar. When I got on him to move him down and go get the pick and cut the receiver off, he didn't move. Like I held my stick down. I'm just like, all right, this is a pick. Let's go. We're about to go get this game back. This man don't move and he get a free catch to his rookie receiver, and I'm just like, yo.
Are you talking about the one down the middle?
Yeah, I had the pick,
Like
bro.
in the
Like
middle.
he literally threw this shit right to me, but dude did not move, and I'm just like, did the update do that? Like what? And when talking to him, he even said the same thing. Like it felt a little clunky every now and then. Like it was a delay in the player movement. And Tryhard said the same thing in the chat. So I definitely will tell y'all straight up and be aware of that when y'all play defense in y'all games coming up. Like your players might move a little wonky. I even got a touchdown with Odell because he couldn't jump with the safety. Like I caught that shit right in front of dude, and he couldn't do nothing
I
about it.
mean,
He couldn't move him though, but I could tell he couldn't move
what
him. I was like, oh yeah, touchdown. So
what do we expect from the developers at this point? Listen, what was supposed to be fixed and what quote unquote what people were waiting for did not get fixed. It was just a bunch of smoke. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of smoke to get people riled up. Like, yeah, they did something.
yeah, they killed
Uh,
one nano blitz, which is cool. They killed a nano, which is alright, but
so they
when they
fixed
do
something.
updates,
no,
most
but
times
fuck the nanos, fuck all of that shit. We talking about franchise
I
buggy
mean,
shit.
let's
That's what they
okay.
need to fix.
We heard the claims, and they're always just claims until you read the actual patch notes. And I read them while I was at work earlier, and I was like, this fixes nothing. I mean, even in my game, like I still had AI offensive linemen ignoring dudes that I knew were blitzing and IDing. Like they still ignored them. Like my left guard
But
literally when he and it might have been my fault, and I'm gonna call this out because I don't. I'm transparent. I don't care. I call myself out on BS. Um,
but
Go ahead. I'm listening.
nah, cause it's not about the gameplay right now. We don't care about the gameplay. Like the gameplay's always gonna do that glitchy shit. People gonna have one touchdown plays, the nano blitzes. Fuck all that. We talking about we can't even draft at this point.
I mean, the
We can't
franchise
even
thing.
even
When we
no,
saw the
but
patch notes, bro,
hold on. That needs to be addressed.
it
Fuck all the
does.
other shit because people we can deal with that. Like okay, you want to be glitch nano blitzing or glitchy boom, you can keep it moving. We are talking about as a whole, as a community of franchises and everybody out there. This is the problem. Fuck all the glitchy. Fuck you're they're fixing smoke. We don't care about the smoke. We don't care about
Yeah,
that. Like
I
we
agree. I
want
think I think gameplay was fine. Honestly, I don't think there was much wrong with it outside of that one nano. Like outside of that one nano, and nobody in the league was running it anyway. I'm just speaking from a gameplay standpoint as a whole because you said developers. Like that's cool. You fix something that nobody really care about. That's cool. But I think and this ties into other game developers because I don't know if y'all follow a lot of this stuff on Twitter. Me being like a content creator, streamer, I follow like a lot of those topics. So the biggest issue in the gaming world or the gaming scenarios right now is that when developers are saying too much to people or like not enough, quote unquote, people are just harassing them. Oh, you should die. You don't have to make a video. All that crazy stuff people say, man, that you shouldn't say to people because they're humans just like you are. So EA has clearly taken the stance, and this is something I do want to talk about in depth, so I'm glad you brought it up. EA has taken the stance of, as a developer, they don't care to address concerns with their community directly. They just take the feedback on the chin, and if they can fix it, they fix it. And if they can't, they just won't tell you nothing, and you have to find out the day of. Whereas I liken it to like a Bungie, where I play Destiny 2 and some other people do. Like Bungie will talk to you on Twitter like about what they're trying to fix, what's coming in the next couple updates. They give you, time to know what is coming, like what's in the foreseeable future. When's the last time anybody for EA has tweeted something, has said anything about the game? And the answer is never. Like you literally don't hear about Clint saying stuff no more. RG doesn't say stuff anymore. Because when Madden 21 and 2 came out, I believe they was getting harassed real bad about how bad the game was. The same stuff you're saying right now. So
that's excuses for them. I'm
yeah,
not saying you. I'm
no,
saying
I
for them.
know.
They should just give us the old fucking Madden back where there was none of this bullshit and we could play just to play. They're trying to do too much, but it doesn't need to be done. Like and there's little stupid shit like crowd noise. Like fuck all that. Give me the old Madden franchise. I will be satisfied with that. But with all this extra stuff and you just messing up the game and messing up the energy of the users, like after a while, it's gonna be like, who wants to play this? And this is a lot of people's escape from reality. Like this is our fake controller team, and we're fake coaches. Like this is dope. Once it starts getting down to this other bullshit that you can't even play the game, it gets upsetting. Like
Like I always said, Madden turned bad once they brought in X Factors and superstars. That's when the game
agree,
got horrible.
agree.
I definitely agree with the ability piece, and whether we turn them off or not, I always think stats should be the reason you win or lose a game. Um, and it's not just a defensive thing with edge threat. It's not just a quarterback thing. Before people get in their panties, you know how they do. You tell them one thing and they run with a whole different narrative. Can't ever understand that. But
But
I agree with what you said. The EA as a the development group for Madden should have a better way of communicating with the community. That is the problem. Like the number one issue, they do not communicate within the community. Something, even though we don't play comp, right? Something that's happening on Twitter right now, like people are enraged for like the tournaments and stuff, like for the belts and whatnot. You know that RPO read flat wheel play that like everybody in the league run? They banned
Mhm.
that in online competition. They banned it. Like you can't run that when you play in tournaments.
I don't think they owe anybody a response. I just think that if you're gonna read something like, or if you really care about it, or if it's really a problem, like not drafting and getting put back to preseason weeks, that's a legit issue.
Um,
But
I think
I
they'll
just
get
want to
no
hear
respect.
That's what we're saying.
I
Like
think
it
they
needs to be a communication piece between them. Like they should communicate.
but
Hey, we're
they don't need
working
to
on it.
respond though. But
No,
they
we're
don't
they
even
not.
need
need
We're
to
to.
not.
say
I'm
They
that.
not
do,
saying that.
they
I'm
do
just
need
saying
to respond.
communicate. I'm not saying
They do,
respond to anybody. I'm just saying,
they do need to
okay.
respond. They need to respond because you're paying the hard working money. What game? What game came out, Keith, last year, 2 years ago, around COVID time, that the game was so bad that they gave people back their money? What game was that?
Oh, that's the
Cyberpunk.
that cartoonish shit. Yeah,
Cyberpunk,
cyberpunk.
yeah,
Yeah.
but and that's why I brung it up. What I brung up, like the problem with that was, again, people harassed the developers on Twitter with threatening their lives, doxing them, finding their address, and saying all that crazy stuff. That's
And
what I
that's
mean
exactly
by
why. and-
you
But
know.
that's exactly why people don't need to respond because there's a bunch of trolls on the internet. There's probably about
Trolls,
90% trolls.
trolls,
Hold
or,
up.
So
or
wait
just
a
the
minute.
truth?
So wait a minute. Wait
Trolls,
a minute. So
truth.
we're saying two
Yeah,
different things
yes.
right quick. But we're saying two different things. You're saying they don't need to respond to community feedback, and I agree, but that's not what I'm saying. What
No,
I'm
no,
saying
because it's like
is
90% trolling. Like they're gonna
no,
like you
I
said, get
agree.
their address, talk crazy to them. Like I'm not
But no,
responding to
I
that.
agree with you,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
that's not even what I'm saying. What I'm saying is okay, so again, the way Bungie does things, they have a weekly like patch note talk with the entire
But
community of
no, no, let's
Destiny,
not
right?
let's not get off. Let's not get off because
No, I'm
we.
not
I
getting
don't
off
want to
topic.
spend too much time on this topic. Like, let's not talk about Bungie. Let's talk about EA. I know Bungie's a part of that, but let's
Hold on,
just talk about
but
the Madeline. The
I'm
like,
comparing how one game developer communicates with their community in their game to how EA does it with Madden. Like, let me talk. You'll understand when I get to the point and say it. So what I'm saying is, what you're saying is they shouldn't respond to people that troll them and things like that. I agree with you. I'm not saying they should respond. I'm saying they need to find a better way to communicate their plans moving forward. Because look at what just happened with the update. Like you just said, right? Word on the street was this is supposed to fix franchise. But where did that come from? Who had insider info to tell everybody, oh, they're fixing franchise? Because whoever told that big story, an entire community ran with it and they claim they got lied to. But nobody from EA ever once came out their mouth and confirmed and said that, because they do not communicate with their community, is what I'm saying. I'm using the Bungie comparison because once a week, every Thursday, they put out a post talking about what is coming soon, what they're changing and updating, and what they're patching. EA needs to take that same step, whether it's even a week to week, not even week to week, like a 2-week basis. Like, just give everybody a heads up on what you got planned in an update. You don't have to respond, but putting out a blog post, is it too much to put out a blog post to your community and tell them what you're trying to fix that you know is broken? That's not responding.
Nah,
That's just you telling them,
but
we know it's a
don't
problem, we're working on it.
they got their little peoples that they tell things to, like some of them YouTubers that be coming on telling what's what. But for franchise updates, right before we move on, I just want to say this. It says fix the disconnect issue that was impacting a high volume of user franchises and face of the franchise. Dev note. This was leading to issues with losing progress due to being disconnected, and users were unable to progress in face of franchise at contract negotiation points. I mean, if that's what they think fix things, if that was the buggy issue and they fixed, and then and let's say in the off season we can finally get through off season correctly without going back to preseason, everybody going in panic mode, toodles. But to then that was so vague, yeah, we don't even know what you understand what I'm saying? But
I do.
just to
And that's why I'm saying the thing about the dev note. Like, that dev note right there is similar to what Bungie does. That's a way to communicate with the community. Is simply say, okay, here's something the devs want to tell you. This is what happened with it. Here's how the fix is going to work. My question to you right now, since you just used that, right? Why can EA, specifically for Madden, why they can't do that on a weekly or bi-weekly basis? It don't got to be a patch, but why they can't communicate every dev note or what they're working on a bi-weekly basis is my question.
I guess because they've such a $1 billion company that they feel like they don't got to. And I think that's the issue. They just like, we still gonna get our money. We ain't gotta do shit because y'all still gonna buy this product, and we could
Exactly.
bring out the piece of shit product, and then y'all still gonna buy it, y'all still gonna play, and we care more about MUT than we do the franchise users. So
Oh, that's a
that's
fact.
that. So moving on to the next topic. We know we in the new season. Uh, I just got 2 questions. Well, one question for each of y'all. Well, it's two. Yeah, one question, 2 questions in one. Matter of fact, sorry about that. What was the best trade you've seen in this offseason, and what was the worst trade you've seen in this offseason? Starting with you, Weezy, because I so apologize if we kept cutting you off throughout this whole segment so far. So let's get with you first.
Um, Been the best trade I've seen. No, let's go on the worst trade. The worst. Let's get on that first because I was in chat. Y'all couldn't see it. I was in chat. They like, bro, calm down. I'm like, nah. The worst trade I seen was the one with what's the dude name? Wang and Seahawks. A first and a third for a left tackle star.
What was the overall?
76.
Who
74.
gave the first and who gave the third?
The Seahawks gave a first and a third.
Ooh. Ooh.
Why the fuck y'all get all quiet? Was an approved trade. It's not a secret.
No. I was just thinking like that's tough how y'all let that. Not yeah, because I know you disagree, but that is yeah. If
So
Robinson
I'm
don't
trying.
do good, that's a high draft pick for O line, which he could have drafted inside the. Well, he couldn't have drafted because it was simulated, but he could have put him on his draft board because there was a bunch of O lines in there anyway. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if that's the worst, but yeah, I can agree with you. How about the best? Or one of the best? It don't have to, in your opinion, because there's probably a lot of good trades that you liked.
I'm gonna go with what Chiefs and Giants did. He did 3 first round picks for a top 4 pick. He gave up pick 12, 18 in the future for pick 4. I like that.
Which got him that cornerback, correct? X
Mm,
Factor cornerback, that is.
Yep. And I
Yeah.
also they have pick 4 and pick 5 in a row. So yeah, pick
And
4 and pick 5.
did
That's
he get
tough.
the tight end with the next pick as well? The X
I
Factor
can't,
tight end?
I
Oh, that
can't
was later
confirm.
on.
I can't. I
Okay.
can't.
And onto you, Scream. What did you believe was the worst, and what do you believe was the best?
Um, worst trade. Worst is tough because it's two that I really didn't like. I
Say
do
both. Say
agree
both.
that the Wang one definitely was kind of questionable because you're right, but Robinson took the chance that he wouldn't get the player he wanted in the draft, so I get why he did it, but it is not a pretty trade when you consider other things that have not been approved. Um, so that is the truth. The other one that was very confusing to me was the Eagles and Panthers one with the swapping of the outside linebackers and left hands, and then J.C. Horn. I feel like it was just a weirdly set up swap because they literally swapped a pick and two players. So it was like, did the picks need to be there? I don't really think it was that lopsided, especially for me as a trade partner. I consider like the contracts. Like if you want your last year of your contract, I have nothing guaranteed, so why should I give you more? And I even understand that letting people go like that. So that one really kind of blew my mind, but hopefully it work out for both of them. The best trade, I mean, really, I think the best trade that was there was the Buda Baker and George Pickens trade. I think both people got something they really needed for their teams, and it allowed Fitz to start his rebuild of his defense because the Cardinals really don't have much. And then the Steelers just wasn't using Pickens at all. So you get rid of a developing wide receiver for a starting safety. Like that's a win-win no matter what. And then we know Fitz is a passer, so he can develop Pickens very well. So I think that was the best trade to me.
By the
Oh,
it was
I
hold on. I know, but I was saying the talk about the Seahawks and the for Wayne trade, Saints trade. It was round one, pick 31, and round three, pick 24. So they was like not they. One of the other TCUs was like it's
both
a
second rounds.
yeah. He was like even though it's a round one, it's a low second. It's a low round one pick. So I mean, I guess the right guard 75 overall. But this what I mean by like it's inconsistent because so then you have the Seahawks in the trade chat trying to trade a 74 overall star. So you see what I'm saying? It's not consistent. So you traded that a first and a third for that person, but then you're in trade trying to trade another star 75 overall. You're not getting a first for him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what kind of messed it up because now he's probably thinking like I'm gonna grab this first for this bum ass lineman,
You
and
see what I'm
and
saying?
but that's
Earlier today, he
that's Robinson though. That's Robinson. He's the worst possible user to trade with behind Itchy. So, but
that's true. So
it's just
look,
hard. But
it's
hold up. I just
actually
want to say my
you trying to
best
trade
and my huh.
wait. I am after this. I'm gonna just say he's trying to trade a left guard, Damian Lewis, 26 overall star. See, you're not getting a first round for that. That's not consistent. Oh, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we talk about Robinson here, brother.
Yeah,
It
but go
don't
ahead.
even
Go
it
ahead.
don't even it don't even matter if it's him, it's anybody. Dudes think it's easier to you gotta understand something. The XP sliders are not up. It's not that easy to build offensive linemen. Like it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna take them forever to go up, regardless of their development trait, because there's no extra XP for linemen. It's just what it is. So it don't matter if he's star 24 and under that threshold. Like, bro, he's still weak. Like, it's not nothing worth a first. We've seen all these X factors now come in for first round picks. We now know the draft is kind of OP, so the TC might be a little more not lenient, but a little more harsh on first round picks now because they realize every draft kind of crazy. Like Weezy got 3 wide receivers all over 97 speed in the draft after trading a 97 receiver. Like, make it make sense. So if the draft look like that for wide receiver, bro, like, and
That's
again, I
crazy.
ain't on the TC, but and a lot of people got speed. It's not just Weezy, so it's crazy when you look at how that draft turned out now. Like with the X Factor, superstars, all that. It was a lot of freaking superstar and above people. So now it makes you wonder, like, is the next draft gonna be the same? Is everybody gonna try to get picks now? Everybody all of a sudden care about the draft?
Well, before we move on to our guest, because we do have a special guest coming on today, my two best trades and my two worst trades I have. Right. My two best trades, I would agree with Weezy on the Jevelle trading up and having the 4 and 5 pick. That was very smart, very strategic. and he got who he wanted, and he's and he's a great builder. So like getting those players, which are already X factors and stuff, is great. My second best trade is the trade that our good co-star Scream made with for Watson. I believe that was a great trade on his end, and hopefully throughout the season it'll work to perfection for him. My two worst trades, first of all, and this is a combination because Jay trading for speed, I don't like that. I believe that he's a better user when he doesn't have to think about who he needs to pass to. He traded for too much speed, and his offense. How did you call it? Scream, power offense, right? High powered
Yeah.
offense. Where you just throwing. His strong suit is not throwing. Respectfully, and I get to get the speed receivers for the defense to back off, but he's not gonna start running no more. He's gonna start trying to throw. It's gonna get him off his game and not be good for him. So I believe though that trade in a sense, all of them to me was horrible trades because he didn't trade to his strengths. He just made himself weaker, especially with no quarterback. Like who you giving the ball? How you gonna get those boys the ball? And the other one was the swap that Omega did. uh his offense was based on Schwartz because he will have him drag and have like Cooper decoyed out, and he got Chubb to run the ball. His offense was already set and perfect with that strategy there. For him to trade Schwartz was, to me, again, was dumb. And like now we just seen it with El Mel. He had 92 throwing, 92 yards throwing. Horrible. You messed up your offense by trading that. Now people gonna focus on Chubb all day. You can't throw nowhere. Like, what are you doing? You gonna try to high pass like we said in Hawaii? It doesn't work. I mean, it works essentially, but it doesn't work all the time. That cannot be offense. You have to have strategy. You have to be strategic. And those two moves that those two just did, and that's no knock on them. They're good people, but to me those trades was horrible. All right. Yeah, so that's enough for the trades. Let's now introduce our guest. He is the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been with us for about 4 or 5 years. He is the top five team builder. We want to welcome the good Jevelle.
Big Velle.
What's good?
That's my guy, man. You know, OG don't like when I hype you up because you're my guy. So he always say I need brake pads, but
Is he your guy or your
Knee,
twin?
knee,
Call him what
knee,
he is to you,
knee,
Yeah,
man.
man,
knee
that's
pads, knee
personal
pads. You mean?
twin,
feelings.
twin lay you. That's my twin right there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he getting all googly eyed and shit.
He back
God
on his
damn.
Rainbow Rams bag, man.
You know what I mean? OG don't like that. You don't like that,
I can only hear you right now.
huh? What is it?
I
Who
can't
who
hear
you?
OG or
Oh,
yeah.
this is ghetto.
Did you invite him? Is he in here? Or is
Are
his
you?
settings not good?
Yeah, he in here?
He in here. I don't know how he can't hear
Hey,
us.
Yeah, I hear everybody. He said,
I hear him too. I hear him. I don't know how he can hear.
I can hear y'all now.
Oh, now he can
What's
hear.
up?
Okay.
What's up, fellas?
"What's up?"
It ain't about you hyping him up. It's the way you do it, dog. It's a good way to
My twin.
compliment a man, and there's a crazy way to compliment a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you do it the crazy way. But welcome, Velle. We happy to have you. My first question to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Um, you didn't make the playoffs the first year. It
Fuck
was
that. My first
hold.
question to you: was it easy beating Keith? Was it easy? Was it easy?
Wow, he started trouble.
I
He
mean,
started
it was
trouble.
it was a fun game. I was just trying to test out my new toys I got in the draft.
Damn, he said he's
I wouldn't
testing out
say
his
it was
toys on you.
yeah. I wouldn't say easy hard. It was just a game.
You was
You
doing
know
some.
that.
You was doing some ducks. You was doing some bullshit too. Both of y'all were just throwing that shit in the air.
I haven't played like 10 days. I was a little rusty.
Facts.
That's
Like
You know
so
it's,
what
it's
Keith.
I
the
mean?
first game. It's the first game in over a week. You gotta remember we had to wait on T Hoyt to lose. Like damn.
And
He
shit,
you know what's
everybody in
crazy?
here wasn't in
He only
playoffs.
he only exactly, but he only saying all this because he had a force win this week. So like he talking
Hey,
crazy for that reason.
hey,
Like
hey,
he want to
hey,
know that's the
Weezy.
only reason he talking crazy, bro. He got his first. He
Speak.
already halfway to
That's
his
my
win
first
total
win.
last season.
Exactly.
He already halfway
Exactly.
to his win total last season. That's the only reason talking
He's
shit,
over.
man.
Exactly.
He's over 500 for the first time.
Exactly.
It's just the cycle.
All right, so can I get back to the real question now?
Go ahead, man.
So, Vel, being that you wasn't in playoffs last year, right? And it's unfortunate that the
Petty.
Broncos user had left, right? What is your mindset going into this season? Is it no Sun Vel, or is it like you're just gonna be coming in here just playing your games?
I'm just gonna try. I'm trying to win every game I play in.
I
That's
like
it.
that. I like
Uh,
that.
Yeah, I'm not. This is not. I don't care vibes and none of that. I'm here to win. I had to. I couldn't make the playoffs last year, but that's all right. I set my team up. It helped me, get certain moves and certain draft picks and certain trades, so I can get right for this year. And it looked like we all systems go.
Mm. Speaking of no kill vibes, right? Like that's been a topic. It's been an issue. It's been I hate it. Everybody in this chat hates it. I mean, in this podcast hates it. How do you feel about no care vibes? I mean, yeah, well, that's how I said it right. Don't care
Yeah, who
vibes or whatever
care?
the case
Who
may
care
be. And
vibes?
and who care? My bad.
Woo!
Who care vibes? And
Woo!
what kind of energy do you think it brings to the league? Is it positive or is it negative?
It's like a fog. It's like, all right, now everybody's gonna be, getting stuck in it and not seeing like why we here. We here to play the game, all
Mm.
together, talk shit. You know what I mean? That's like you don't want everybody on those on those vibes, if that's what you want to say. Like I feel like if somebody's really seriously just saying that over and over and they mean it, not trolling, just replace them. Like you guys give people leeway. I understand because you don't want to keep replacing users and the teams and all that stuff. But like if someone's being like that, get them out of here.
I like that. That was. Oh, I couldn't ask for more perfect answer. To be honest, that was a perfect answer. And that was well answered.
That's how the
Um,
league. That's how the league is. Because when people like talking shit and like, yeah, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna beat you. Like then that's how you get people excited. You want to play the next game. You wanna be on snipes. Like you know what I mean. Like if you just acting like you don't care, it's like, well, if that guy don't care, I don't care. Like I'm gonna just say what he said.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I wish. Yo, Keith, can we get this man a round of a fucking applause, man? That deserved a big one. Like,
Yeah,
please
nah,
add that in
you're
there.
right. We definitely do need to give him a applause for that, and I agree. You mentioned last episode that you guys feel like you're not too strict. I don't think you need to necessarily be dictators, but I do think y'all need to, hold it down a little deeper. Like they got to understand they can't fuck with y'all. Y'all are commissioners, and disrespecting y'all and saying all kind of crazy stuff that what they is and ain't gonna do. Like y'all can't tolerate that. So I agree with Velle.
Hey, we'll set the tone on that on the next podcast. We can't. This is Vel's shine right now. Um, speaking of which, I know you like to build teams, right? And
Yes,
I don't know
sir.
if you was trolling or not. And to me, and I believe to everybody in here, you're a great builder. To me, you're top 5 builders in the AGS overall too. Like as overall AGS, you top 5 great builders. I can agree to that. Who are your top 5 builders though? And please don't troll. No, nothing. I need a serious answer out of you to tell me who are your top 5 builders and what do you consider building a team?
Um, so I'll answer what I consider building a team, and then I give you my top five because I gotta think.
Cool.
Like to me, building a team is just it includes signing free agents, making trades for players, and drafting. It's all three of those things. Plus, you gotta know who not to resign and who to resign. That's all part of it. Now, being a great builder, you also need to be able to have like I don't want to say relationships, but you need to be cordial with everybody in the league if you're gonna try to make these trades. Because if you a dickhead, like somebody beat you and you start talking mad shit, and then next week we in the off season and you're like, damn, he posted a player, but I was talking mad shit to him. I can't go get him. That's gonna mess you up from being a good builder. Now, like, look at people who I consider a great builder. Trent, he's pretty cool with everybody. He don't really got beef with nobody, so he can get these trades off. So like, you really gotta be cool with people. Like, nobody be chatting with my caddy, but like I've made trades with him in the past. You just gotta be understandable and just like someone says they don't want somebody, all right, cool. You make a better offer, whatever, whatever. And the other part of being a builder is that you sometimes you gotta give up more than you want to get what you want. You can't be stingy because you're gonna get a reputation where nobody's gonna want to trade with you on the same part too. So sometimes you gotta give to get.
I'm
Now
so
top
glad you said that because I was about to ask that. That was my question for you. Like, how do you feel about these greedy, stingy dudes, and then people.
Hey,
It's funny because the people who swear that like they're not greedy call everybody they trade with greedy. I don't
That
get that. Like you
it's
have
like
hella
it's like
depth and then
thieves
don't want
calling
to trade
people
it.
thieves.
Yeah, it don't make sense. Like you want to rob me for you want to rob Peter to pay Paul, but you ain't even trying to pay Peter either. Like make it make sense.
hey,
Yeah,
Velle came
people
to
always
talk today. Give him another fucking round of applause, man. I feel like we're on Drink Champs right now. Salute, salute.
salute.
Chill
No, but
out.
that's just how you gotta be. You gotta really give stuff up. Like people, you don't want to give stuff up. You're just not gonna get these trades, and then you're gonna be in the general talking about nobody want to trade with me. How come nobody want to trade with me? And that's you gonna get that rep. But there's some certain people like even I have people like I really don't want to trade with. I'll still trade with. Like I don't like trading with Robinson because he'll ask you for a deal, and then you say yeah. Then he's like, "Can I get your fifth and your next year's fourth?" And it's just like a whole bunch of extra stuff. And it's just like, bro, you got it. That's fine. And like even the trade, we made a trade. I traded him Sneed, and he's like, I got the 15th pick and a third rounder for you. I said, okay, cool, I'll do that. Then he came back. Oh, I didn't realize he was 26. I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like when I posted him, it had all his age, his stats, everything like that. I'm like, you know what? You take a third instead of giving me one. Let's get this deal done. He's like, okay. So it's like, even then, even if you don't want to do it, you just do it because like you got to get what you want and you got to give it up. At least with trades. Now my top 5 builders, I'll put Trent. Um, Baj usually has a stacked team no matter what. There's a couple people who aren't in the league, but that like I know you don't want me to say this name easy. I already know. Sleep
No,
on money, bro.
no.
He
Listen,
stinks. He stinks though, but he still builds his team though. Like
Who you said? Who you said? Who you said?
sleep on money. Not sleep on money. I'm sorry. I got no money. He's not in the league
yeah.
right now,
Oh, you talking
What?
about money, money?
We bringing
Wow.
money up? Oh Lord, get
bro,
me out of
bro,
here.
bro, bro, bro. Hey, listen. At the end of the year, he always got a 99 team, bro. It don't matter how he got there. It's that he got there. So
That is
like
true.
you don't have to be good at the game to be a good builder. Like that's you got to separate those two things.
Yeah,
Now
that is
Trent's
true.
good at the game, so his team gets built. And some people
I,
are bad at their game and their team gets built.
I could respect that. That
I
makes sense.
I honestly feel like nobody's right now because it's only season 2. Like no, you can't say
No, but we
season.
talking about in general though. We talking
No,
about his
I'm just
top 5 in
talking.
general.
So you going off past Madden. You're not going off this year, Madden.
Well,
In
it's too early.
general,
We've only
bro.
been we're only in the second season right now, so like in terms of turning around a team for the second season, I haven't gone through
Oh,
everybody's roster.
well, and that's the case. But I'm definitely putting what's his name? What's his money name? What's his name? Sleep on. What's his name?
SJM,
Oh,
No, I mean
Thanasis,
uh,
no,
Thanasis.
the other one.
Thanasis.
No, the other one. I got no cash. I
I
got
got no
Cash?
money. Yeah, that's no. I
yeah,
got no money.
Oh,
yeah. He might lose, but his team be his
That's
team
what
be
I'm
crazy.
talking. That's what I'm talking about. So like, I gotta put him in there, bro. I don't. It's not about me like just being like, oh, he stinks. He don't get all the draft picks. I'm like, bro, you still gotta you gotta pick the right guy. And like, if your team is a 99, your team's a 99, bro. Because you know how hard it is to get your team to be that good when you're not winning games and their morale's low and you're not getting dev games and stuff. Like, this is tough. And he
Yeah.
still
So
that's
what he
do it.
do
true.
is he come in top 3 every year. He trade his top 3
And I
picks
and I said
for players who
and I
already built. He do it every
and I
time.
said yeah, and I said trades are a part of it. You
That's
Or
gotta,
what he
crazy.
you know
do,
what I mean?
he'll do his trade. Like example, speaking of trading,
Wait, let him name
T-Hoy.
his other two. Let him name his
Hold
other two.
on,
Let him name his
hold
other two.
on. I gotta look at the league real quick. Go ahead, say what you gotta say. I'm gonna come
Well,
in.
yeah,
All
why
right.
you doing that? Speaking of trading, T. Hoyt try to get over on the league. This motherfucker tried to trade his running back for Texans first round pick. See
Wait,
what
for
I
the
Now,
mean?
first round of future
So
or future
Texans,
first round?
listen. So Texans is basically the new money. He was gonna trade him. What's J.K. Dobbins? What's got denied? We said no, we don't let you do that. He tried to trade J.K. Dobbins for his first round pick. Like, come on, bro. We not. Come on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't think it's about getting on over the league because you
Well, let
got
me get
the
over the league. I'm just saying,
you
like,
got a
I'm saying
trade
he tried to
committee to
get a
shut it
fast.
down.
No, we did. I
True.
mean,
True,
I'm saying
true,
we
true,
got to put a
true.
fast one. He'll start, bro. He's not even devved up, and like, we're not gonna, bro. This motherfucker. Listen, since we've been in AGS, I never seen somebody play all their games and lose. I mean, I seen people sim and lose, but he played
Money.
every game. Let me
Money.
talk.
Money.
He played.
Money.
No, his money never went 0-16 because I know it's 17 now. But I'm saying he never went 0-16. He won. He beat somebody before. He beat people. Even Matt Browder beat you. All I'm saying is, I never seen somebody
Man,
load up and play 17 games and
that was
lose
a
each
cool
one.
shot.
I know.
That was
I've never seen somebody load up 17 games, bro, and lose. We're not letting you trade J.K. Dobbins star for a running back for his
true.
first round pick, bro.
I got my other two.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Fisky, because every single year he's not good at deving receivers, but he always got the best corners, and he always ends up with a receiver because he trades the corners, and then he just devs the corners back up. He always got good run. He always got good players on his team that he's deving himself. He's really good at deving his team up. I always like his team at the end of the year. I go
Cool.
Fisky, and then I'm gonna go this too. He always has stacked teams too. He don't win shit, but his teams are always stacked, and that's JB. So I'm gonna throw him in there too. Look at all the trades he did this offseason. Those are some good ass trades, bro. Like he ended up with Jalen Waddle and who's the other guy? He just get Michael Thomas.
Oh no, J.C. Horn and Michael Thomas. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dog, that's and then he threw his and then he took advantage of what the commission was giving out, and he got superstar J.C. Horn. Like that Eagles team is gonna be a problem. I don't know if he's gonna win
Huh.
anything because that's not his mo. But I always like how he has his teams. Cause last year he ended up with Mahomes somehow, and like that team was crazy. What team did he have? What team did he have last
Hmm.
year? I don't remember, but
What's
I
the
know he had
team?
Mahomes before we did the reboot. It was the Browns, right?
Yeah, I believe it was the Browns.
Yeah, he had Mahomes and Waller and stuff. I was like, damn, I did not want to play this team. So them Eagles team's gonna be stacked too. I think he's a really good builder. And honorable mention Wang. I just gotta say because he had one of the best builds and I ever seen in Madden with that Washington Commanders team. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Maybe going off too prehistoric shit. But nah. Maybe going off one
Hey,
season.
he's gonna have that
That's
man doing backflips in the fucking chat.
bro, he did his thing.
One
And look
season.
at
Yeah, there
look at
was
this.
one good season. There was one good season. Not even a whole year. It was
Whose
one good
top
season.
five is it? Is it mine or yours?
Because
Ooh.
that's bull. You going off some
Talk that
Is
shit.
that mine or
the
yours? And it's not even a top. He's honorable mention. Damn, it's not you.
no,
You'll
no,
be on the other side of the list.
man,
You
man,
my bottom
fuck you.
five.
Your ball head trying to throw.
No, do
So,
that while you here. Give us the bottom five. We need to know this. We need to hear the smoke. Bottom five builders.
wait.
Let's
Oh
go.
man, let me see.
Easy.
J-Pack.
J Pat is easy. J Pat, my
Okay,
cat.
J-Pack.
wait, wait.
Hold on.
He's not fair
Are
though.
we
Nah. He's
asking?
not. It's not
Well,
fair
hold
to
on. Are
say
we
him though
asking
because he
Jevelle? Or
did.
are we
No,
asking me?
no, but J-Pack,
He don't
he
trade.
he
Shit.
don't trade, he don't do nothing. He
You
just
don't free
run
agents.
with his team. He got his Titans. They're gonna be the same Titans from year one to whatever. He chilling. That's fine. I respect it. Even this offseason, he traded for who? Derrick Henry. He don't really be building, but I'm not expecting it to. He got, he a grown man. He live his life, whatever. He's not on the game like that to be looking at everything. He's just here to play the game. There's people that just come to load up and that's it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw what's his name?
Because he said
I
some people
see,
just showed up.
I see through you because he don't respond to DMs, so he cannot be a good builder.
My caddy. Say him too.
Um,
My
no,
caddy.
my caddy always has.
No.
He's kind of on the money side, bro. His teams be stacked at the end too, bro. He always got that. You see his receivers? Nah, I'm not gonna say my caddy. Let me see. So Wheezy, J-Pack.
Hold on, wait. Wait, what? Stop playing with
Yeah,
me, bro.
bro. Nah,
You
you're
get me
not a
mad
good
now.
builder.
You get me mad. No, you get me. You get me
Nah,
mad now.
not even to
OG,
like
shut
troll
up.
nothing. No, hold on, not even to troll nothing. But you always trade
Come
for
on.
like older players. You sign older players. Like you don't really like necessarily build. I'm not trying to diss you or nothing like that. It's just the truth.
I
You
just
don't remember
built
what
a
you did to
water.
that
I just built
Browns
a
team?
water. I just built a
Yeah,
water.
bruh. I'm going off of the whole thing. This year you made some good trades, but like that don't take it all the way out for
How
me.
about
Pause.
well, how do you feel as Rhino as a builder?
No. OG be going off that bias bullshit.
Rhino,
No. No.
Rhino. I mean, he's average. I don't think he's good or
Yeah.
bad. Like he knows what he wants and he goes for it because he ended up getting his two receivers. He gave
He
away
go for his
Henry.
speed and that's it. Exactly. He
Yeah,
not
he know what he
yeah.
want. I mean, that's kind of it. I don't remember. Let me see. Who do you have last year? The Ravens? Nah, actually, Rhino was at. No, I would put him above average because I remember on them Ravens, he ended up getting mad speed at the end somehow because I was in the same division as him and I was just annoyed because he had no running back, nothing. he ended up with Hines and like John Ross. I'm like, damn, I gotta play all this speed on the Ravens. He's not a bad
You
builder, but
you know who's sneaky though, Jevelle, too, that you didn't mention, and I don't even want to mention his name. Smitty.
so
He's
I was gonna
sneaky
I
in the.
have no I have so that was gonna be on my list too, but it's like he had who do he's had some no Smitty's up there. I gotta I'm bumping Wang down and I'm gonna put who I'm taking out.
That's more honesty. That's way.
I'm gonna,
That's a
I'm gonna take out Fiske and put Fiske in my honorable mention and I'm gonna put Smitty in there because I know he had the Ravens. I know this is old and we're just not gonna like it, but he had the Ravens, but he ended up with Jair and like that's the other part where he sweet talked AGU, what's his name? He sweet talked that kid to give him what he wanted, and then he always ends up with some nice players on his team. So like Smitty is definitely in there as well.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with your top five. Um.
Listen, wait. That's what I
Oh,
mean
go
by
ahead. Go
y'all
ahead.
need to have it. Y'all be biased and be just going off. Listen, the fact you even said Wayne off one season over other people, let me know that y'all just be. Y'all
But
don't
that's his
think.
list.
I said
It
honorable
didn't even
mention.
make sense.
You're gonna get that medal over honorable mention?
It didn't even make sense. I'm
What?
not a joke.
What?
It didn't even make sense. Like the fact you
What?
said
What?
that over. You could at least said. You could at least said Robinson before you said him. The fuck.
But why he can't be so wild at what he did with that Washington team that 1 year, like, and be like, damn, like he really did that with that team.
1 year over seasons of Madden
Because
over.
he did listen. The thing was that what he did with that team, he drafted Schwartz, was a nasty overall. He drafted him, I think, like third
People were
pick.
laughing at him, and the dude made the
Yeah,
NFC Championship game, bro. People were laughing
yeah.
at him, saying he stink, and he made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. Like now, I
You know
know
what?
OG.
You know
Hold
what?
on, hold on. OG don't like how you try to gas me. I don't like how you trying to dismiss this dude. You got, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Keep
well, you know what? You know what? And I'm gonna say this, and now, and my stomach gonna turn when I say this and hear this shit back. And when I hear it on Sunday, I would have rather you said for honorable mention, Ayo team building before Wayne. And you know I don't really.
So
Nah,
No,
no,
come on, bro.
Ayo. So I
No.
nah,
could say
nah.
Ayo. All right, so Ayo's a good builder, but he don't build a conventional way where like he builds the team for way how he wants it. But like if another person took that team and tried to use it, they're probably not gonna win. So like I can't like if I left the league right now and someone came and took over the Chiefs, they'd be in a great spot. Now with Ayo, if someone came and took over the Panthers, it might be tough for them, but like he gonna win games because he knows how he got to substitute this guy here, this da 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 da.
Hey,
Like so, I
he
can't
hasn't
really
won
just
yet though,
give him
so don't
that.
do that.
I mean, not even about winning. It's just about
Nah, I
like
get. I just want to feel.
he plays in a certain specific way where he needs this guy substituted here and there, and then like he gonna have like he'll take a 6'5" guy who's a 63 overall and try to build him up. You know what I mean? Like certain people aren't gonna be able to play with his starting lineup, but he could do it. So like,
I like those. I like that. I like that answer. But I understand why you put Wang there because that one magical run. He got the Cinderella run. He got the
I mean,
he.
hey, bro, you don't know if he could do it again. Like I want to see if he could do it again. Like I want to give him the
And how many times he left
opportunity.
since then? How many times he left since then?
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, eat up, nigga.
What?
I mean, he had a Kimbo on UConn Cinderella moment. I mean, let him get a shine. And then he got Josh Allen too to get with those fast wide receivers. So that was
Yeah.
Let me
pretty
see you win,
crazy.
OG. Let me see you fucking win. Win a division.
I won 9 straight when
Win a
you had two
division or
wins. Do
something.
not
Win a
disrespect me.
division.
You had 2 more wins than Javi Bola, bro. Don't do that. Anyway, Javale, uh, teach your twin a thing or two. That man was bad. But anyway, I just want to ask you another question about
He's 1-0 now.
the of course when over the EA developers. It's been so bad these past couple years, like really bad.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel like about that, and how do you think they could fix that issue? Is it lack of communication? Because we were just having this conversation earlier in the podcast, and Scream said it's lack of communication or no response at all. How do you think they could fix that, and what do you think it does to like owners like us? I'm gonna consider everybody here the owner of AGS because we all put into the league. Owners like us, like the morale for it, and how do we keep pushing forward? How do we push through this?
I mean, well, in terms of what they could do to fix it, that's not like my field. The only thing I can say is hire more developers and more QA testers. Like that's the kind of stuff that would need to be done to make sure there's not these bugs in the game when you ship it out. Um, and obviously, like once they get their game out there, they're not really gonna do a lot of maintenance on it because they're already working on the next game. That's usually how it goes. So like you're not gonna really see too many fixes, unfortunately. But the only thing I can say is hire more people to do more work. That's really it. I mean, because if the game just worked and like all the stuff that like we needed worked, nobody really would be complaining about the gameplay is fine. Like the defense good. Like it's not easy to pass. It's not really easy to pass unless you Trent apparently. It's not super easy to run. Like you're gonna get some picks. You know what I mean? It's like balance. You don't really get hoed by EA too much in the game itself. It's just all the other stuff that's holding it back. Um, and then in terms of like how we are, I think we're fine. Like I feel like we stay we like bond through it where it's like everybody's going through it together. Like we just want to play the game and like we just trying to fight through and we don't really like stop playing the league. Like we went to July last year. So like I think we're fine. I don't think there's nothing that is gonna really stop us from playing Madden unless we get a reboot. And even though we rebooted last year 3 times, so it's like I don't think there's any issues for us. Like we can complain about it together, and it's like a family thing. It's like this sucks, and everyone's just like we all just start shitting on EA, which is funny.
Hey, yo, my man came in with the Oprah response. Oh my, yo, listen, another round of applause. Woo! You on the road today. You are on the road today.
Thank you, sir.
I remember we used to do this back in the old Sunday OJ. Does I would like to know if Scream has any questions, but I do want Weezy to give you the 10 Weezy questions though. His random,
Yeah, that's cool.
unorthodox questions. But if a Scream
Uh,
has anything to ask you, that'd be cool.
I not necessarily like ass. I mean, me and you just played. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Talk a little bit about like the game plan versus me and like what worked, what didn't, and even talk about some things like when what worked for me versus like what adjustments you think you need to make for your team moving into the later parts of the season.
So I mean, this is like dangerous territory for me because I got new players and I'm like half wanting to get them devved, half like paying attention to like what I need to do to strategize, and then like I have to be 150% like, oh, I gotta actually make a play to this guy. Like I want to throw it to this guy to get him some stats, but this guy's open. So sometimes like I'm gonna be in trouble this year where I'm just trying to do some stuff like that versus like actually locking in and trying to win the game because that's how you lose Madden games if you got a dev game or you're trying to treat it like a dev game. When I was playing you, I looked at your team and I was like, damn, this dude got an 85 overall everything on his team. So I'm like, I know you have a good team. I know you want a little bit better quarterback, but like you was still getting the balls thrown deep to what's his name? You got new Christian Watson. I just made sure that I put my fastest guy on him and prayed because he's 6'4". I don't got nobody that tall on my team. Um, and I thought you were gonna run a little bit more. But I know you got down, so you started to have to just throw it up. So what I want people to do. I want people to just pass on me because I don't got the best run defense. I don't have the best D line. My linebackers are fast, but that's about it. And for the season, I'm gonna try to get my stats, win the game. But I'm gonna try to prioritize winning first because I didn't make the playoffs last year. I can't miss the playoffs like ever again this cycle. So like
Oh,
that's gonna be my main focus is making the playoffs, and then if I make it, I might go crazy.
I see you mentioned deving and stuff, right? And you're a very intellectual person, like very smart. Um,
Thank you, sir.
Weezy had mentioned this earlier. He said he feels that the X Factors, the superstars and the stars kind of messed up Madden in a sense. How do you feel about that with the abilities and the X Factors and superstars? Do you feel like it messed up the franchise mode, or is that something that was needed?
Um, so I think abilities. aren't needed in the game. I feel like if you take out the abilities in the game, it really just comes down to play calling. Obviously, like ratings do matter, but the only thing that I can say I think is going to be good this year because the good abilities are locked until you get to like an 85 to a 90. Really, a 90 is where all the really good abilities are. Where last year you got like a 75, you can get route tech. So it's kind of like going back to the old Madden where if you have the really good uh, attributes, you're gonna get like your players are gonna get good animations. Like you get the good jukes, or you get the guy that could jump up and snag on somebody. So like I think it's kind of going back to that way because if you look now, like there's so many doo-doo abilities like from 75 to 80. So like it's not gonna really mess up the game, at least this Madden, until people get into the later seasons. So that's like the only good thing about the abilities being like kind of pushed back to the 90s. Because now it's more like how it used to be, where if your player was a 90, even without abilities, he was going to be better than the dude that was a 75. Where last year, you got a dude that's a 75 with abilities versus the guy that's a 99 with no abilities. You might still take that 75. Now you want the 99, at least in my opinion.
The only other thing I want to say, for everybody who was waiting, because I know we ain't said nothing yet. If you could DM me, OG or Wheezy, Jevelle's top 5 builders, we are gonna give you +3 wager points and 1 trait change. But you got to be the first 5 people. We're gonna limit it this time since we just added the trait change. First 5 people to DM me, OG or Wheezy, Jevelle's top 5 builders, not the honorable mention, just the top 5 people, +3 wager points, 1 trait change. Wheezy, go to 10 flash questions.
That was
So
sneaky.
do we get
Hold on. I'm sorry, Easy,
we
but
get
that
a
was
trade?
sneaky because no, we don't. Sorry. That was sneaky because he changed one of his joints. He changed one of his joints. And that was very sneaky, screen.
If
So
they
they got to get it
remember, they
correct.
remember.
Yeah, they gotta listen. That's on them. So open your ears and not your mouth.
You ready? Ball head
Yes, big boy.
Yo,
number 1. What's your worst habit?
Oh, gambling.
You
Number
said
2.
what?
Gambling.
You said what? Oh, gambling. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like, I don't lose a lot of money, but like just losing money is stupid. So, go ahead.
What's your current pet peeve?
Um, Current pet peeve: stupid people.
Number 3. What is your morning routine?
Um, I don't go back to work till Monday, so right now it's
You've been
just
off for a lot of that for a while.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
But I wake up probably like 8, and then I just chill on my phone till like 11.
This
Go for
nigga
a walk, get some lunch or breakfast, depending on where I go. Come back, sit down, watch some YouTube, and then just wait for these sporting events to come on at night. I don't do a whole lot of nothing. I've been a caveman. I don't
All
want to
right,
spend no
number
money.
4. What's more important to you, love or money?
Money.
If you could trade number 5, if you could trade lives with someone, who would it be?
Hmm. Nobody.
I like that. Perfect
If you,
answer. Round of applause. Round of applause. Salute.
number 6. If you could erase any event from history in America, what would it be?
Damn. Central Park 5.
I'm actually surprised you didn't say. Never mind, I ain't gonna take that. Okay, number 7.
You wanted him to say slavery, didn't
Number 7. Number
that's
7.
exactly what I thought he was gonna say.
We
Number
gotta get
7.
our reparations still. Get the money. Come on.
Number 7. If you could change your name, what would you change it to?
Nah, I can't even think about I can't even think about that. I'm good.
You never
I
want to.
can't.
You never think about changing it?
Nah, it's your whole identity, bro. The power is in the name.
Number 8. What's the stupidest thing you ever done in your life? It could be anything. That was just stupid. That was stupid.
Stupid.
Like, you ever had raw
I
sex?
mean, just drinking and driving. Anytime I do that, that's the stupidest thing.
That's
Amen.
okay.
I got booked for that. Trust me.
Oh
That's the
Lord. Oh
stupidest thing
Lord.
I did. Stupidest shit
Yeah,
I
that's
did. I agree with
always
you.
the stupidest thing. No matter if you do it, anytime you do it, it's the dumbest thing you could do. So many free. I mean, not free. You can get a ride from somebody, you get an Uber. It's just, but I mean, you stupid. Fuck it.
All right, number 9. Would you rather be able to control time or be able to know what other people are thinking?
All time. I do not want to know what other people are thinking. That's too much.
All right. Number 10. Let me see. Right now, if you win $1 million, what would you do? Cash.
If I want $1 million cash, like lottery,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Like I would just I look up the laws to see if I could claim that shit without nobody knowing who I am. That'd be the first thing I would do.
I don't know what your state is, but Virginia, it's like a certain amount. I think in Virginia, if it's over 4 million or less, you don't have to show. Anything more, you have to show.
I'd have to look that up, make an LLC, all that bullshit. That'd be the first thing I would do.
Can I
Would
get
you
a
quit your
bonus
job?
question?
Would you quit your job?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
yeah, I could quit my job on $1 million. I know some shit.
Bonus question: if you was the president, what
Can
law
I do
would
the
you
bonus
pass?
question? Damn.
Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
a bonus
My
question.
bad.
What's the most money you spend on some box?
Hey, what are we
Hey,
doing?
So,
yo. This motherfucker OG's horny.
my Xbox Series X costs five
No.
hundred
We
and
talking
fifty dollars.
about, we
So we're
talking
gonna
about, he
keep it
talking
PG. We got
No,
posters on
I'm talking
YouTube.
about the rated R box.
about OG is horny.
So, all right. So that's a loaded question. But I would say this: the most I ever spent on a dinner with a girl is about $250, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, that's not bad. That's
All
not
right.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. You
And then,
you beat the rest of us by $1 million, I bet.
They call it roses though
Jevelle.
in that world.
Jevelle,
What's up?
Not dinner. They call it roses.
would you rather know how you're going to die or don't know?
Don't know.
For real?
That's
No, I
stressful.
want to know.
That's
Fuck
yeah.
that. I want to
I
know.
don't want to know. That's stressful.
I want to. But I want to know.
What if you know how but you don't know when? Then you will be screwed. You will be waiting for it.
You'll be in fear of your life the entire time. Is it today? Is it today? You know what I'm saying?
You like it's taking
Like, cause
I,
they say you're gonna die in a boating accident, right? And then you say I'm never going near boats ever again in my
yeah,
life. He
exactly.
ain't
You gonna
gonna
avoid
get
it.
me. And then they gonna throw you a surprise party, put a blindfold you, drive you in a car, take you on a boat, and then you dead. You gonna look at that boat, you gonna open your eyes, you gonna have a heart attack. They ain't gonna tell you. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah,
even
you
thinking
gonna
about
avoid
it.
that shit forever. Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got.
This was
Well,
fun, guys.
Velle,
That's it.
we appreciate you for joining the show. Good luck on the season. Cause unfortunately, the guy that had your number actually left the league.
He didn't have my number. He can't say that we were 1-on-1.
He stopped you from
Hey,
playoffs
listen,
though.
I don't care what OG say. What?
Wait. Can
Hey,
I do one
look,
thing?
Javelle, I don't care what
Go
OG
ahead. Do your
say.
thing. Do your thing.
Can I
Go
recommend the
ahead,
next
go ahead.
person that you guys get on the show?
Don't say the Mr. Views. Don't do that.
No. I was gonna say
He's not gonna say it.
I was gonna recommend one of the Ball Out Bros because you guys
Oh,
be ragging on them, and I want to just let them fight back. You know what I mean? Get
we could
Javi or
do
DJ Ball Out.
we
Get
could do
one of them.
YK Osiris or motherfucking Ruben Studdard. We could do that.
See, there you go. You ain't stopping. But definitely get
Hey,
one of the Ball
listen,
Out Bros
hey,
on here, or at least Omega, because I know Weezy Omega. That's content right there.
Think on stink. Oh, this
hey,
nigga keep
listen.
throwing drags.
Hey,
Jesus
look, hey,
Christ.
Javelle, look, hey, Javelle, listen. I don't care what OG say. I got you going to the playoffs this year. So
Thank you,
fuck
sir.
OG.
Of course. What are you talking about? Fuck, they banging in his shit no more.
He
Dog.
gonna say,
He has
he gonna say,
Jay
of
Pack and
course now.
Cash though.
He gonna say, of course not, because you got money there
J
instead
Pack
of
and
Broncos.
Cash.
I was thinking regardless.
That
I'm
division
just
did get weak.
bro. Listen. I had 3 games with basically all L's, and I still finished 10-7. You know what I'm saying? So that was just that. That's not happening again. I ain't going nowhere. Well, actually, I
Yeah.
might be going. I might be going away for work, but we gonna have Wi-Fi.
Damn, man. Yeah, man. Stay in the crib, man. Get some cheeks or something. Go make a baby or something. Damn.
I'm broke.
Cheeks.
How about y'all?
Later. Thank y'all for
Podcast.
coming out for the podcast. We'll see
Yes,
y'all
yes.
next week. Yep.
On
Probably
Sunday, OJ.
out of here.